Now, my next guest is the chairman of Kent International, which imports bicycles and bicycle parts into the United States. It's Arnold Kamler, and his company, South Carolina Factory, has stopped doing business with China, which is where they used to get most of the parts. Mr. Kamler, who joins me in a second, says all the US tariffs on China add up to 175%. And Kent would have to raise prices 90% from a year ago if it didn't adjust its supply chain. He is with me now. It all begs the question, so what are you doing to accommodate this rather dreadful and deteriorating situation?
Well, Richard, we really have no choice. The handwriting has been on the wall that we need to exit China as soon as possible. And we've been working as vigilantly as we can to get out of China, but it's not easy. China has been the main supplier, 80–90% of all the bicycles sold in the United States for the last 20 years. And so, but we've already moved half of our business out, but still we have 50% more that we've got to take care of. And it's just, it's a very difficult challenge for us.
I was particularly interested to hear this number of 175, and I know of percent, and I know that because I've seen the way these calculations are done, because it's all about getting into the nitty-gritty of which parts make up which part of the export, which then becomes whether it's part of the steel and aluminium, which then becomes and one is amazed at the way in which these tariffs do cumulatively add up.
Yeah, I mean, look, Rich, these are attacks on the American people. There's no two ways about it. A bicycle that we would have sold and retailed for $150 a few years ago is now, if the 145, which actually for us is 175 because we were already paying 25% tariff plus the import duty, but it would mean a price of more than double. And so we're hoping that they'll come to some kind of a compromise. Look, we're trying to get out of China as soon as we can, but you can't just snap a finger. And it's not fair to business, our business, and many businesses to have to get out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's just not enough. It's just not enough time.
And regardless, sir, regardless of which country you have shifted production to, you have the knowledge that that country could fall foul. I think it's perhaps unlikely, but it could fall foul of the reciprocal tariffs, which are only on a 90-day pause. So you're constantly looking at what could be your downside risk in any of the other countries.
Well, yeah, I mean, the biggest challenge right now is, our customers want us to quote prices for now through the end of the year, including Christmas, and I don't know what my cost is going to be tomorrow. We're looking at the reciprocal, the 90-day pause, and some of the countries had 48% reciprocal tariffs, some had 20%, but then they all became 10%. So now we're paying a 10% reciprocal tariff. But look, we can deal with any strategy, but we don't really feel there is a strategy. We feel there's just more tactics going on, and we really would like the Trump administration to define their strategy more clearly.
Let me ask you then, on a purely, if the strategy is to try and bring manufacturing back into the manufacturing of the parts back into the domestic United States, is that a realistic possibility for the parts that go into making bicycles like the sort you sell?
No, it's really not. When people look at a bicycle, they see about 6 or 7 parts. They see a frame and a fork and a handlebar, but there's actually 42 separate manufactured parts, and that there's like 72 spokes in one bicycle. So that only counts as one part in our book. And each of these parts, one part not being of excellent quality will render the whole bicycle defective, and so we can't allow that. And so it's no, we don't expect to have without a lot of help. Now there is the possibility of help, but we need more help than that. We need full relief from tariffs in the United States and duty and tariffs if the manufacturing business is going to grow.
So I'm very grateful. Thank you, Arnold, for joining us. I shall take the liberty of checking in on you at various points as this progresses, because obviously we're very keen to know how you and your bicycles are doing. Splendid bicycles that they are. And we'll be talking to you again, sir. I'm grateful to you for your time tonight. Thank you.
Richard, thank you very much. A pleasure.